welcome back to Craftaholi's YouTube channel. I'm Sierra again, in case you haven't looked at the other videos, and I'm the crazy craftaholic. I may look like a hot mess, but it is 4:30 in the morning, and that's typically when I do my crafting, kind of catch up on some of the stuff from the day before, and I do my workout, hence the whole workout attire. So today I'm actually going to just hop on and talk to you about why I started crafting and kind of where the idea grew from. Kind of give you a little bit more information about myself and where this whole thing started. So basically how crafting started with me is I had to make some jewelry. Well, I didn't have to. I offered to make some jewelry for a friend for a party that we go to every year. It's a lot of fun. It's actually through my husband's work. They do a really big holiday party every January, and it's tons of fun, but it's always very formal, very themed per se. So I started making some jewelry, and I kind of grew from that. I went from jewelry to shirts, and then I got a Cricut, and the Cricut honestly just kind of blew up from there. I have done a lot with shirts, cups, stainless steel tumblers, shorts even, headbands, kind of a little bit of everything I've touched on. As far as the Cricut goes, that thing is really endless possibilities, and then if you have a maker, props to you. I am working on getting one of those. They're just kind of very expensive. But they do a lot more with the fabric side of things and like cutting the fabric and whatnot. That's something that I'm not really into yet. I think that one day I'll get there, but right now it's more of like the vinyl and paper, because you know, making cards is a lot of fun too, and cards are seriously overpriced for a piece of paper that you can definitely make yourself. So I'd rather do it that way. Yes, I have my cheat board down there again. Making t-shirts for friends and family is so much fun. And then once my ideas, like my creative side just starts pouring out, it doesn't really just, it starts with a small idea of, hey, that would look really cool on a shirt, or hey, that's a really funny quote, you should put that on a shirt. It just pours out from there, just like jewelry. I actually start with something as simple as unicorns and rainbows. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. How cute are these for little kids, right? So I start off with a strand of beads, and then my mind just kind of like goes in a million directions, and I have to calm it down and figure out what I want to do with those. Those are actually going to be for a kid's set of earrings and necklace. So that'll be really fun. I'm excited. I have not done a whole lot of kids jewelry yet. I did do a pair of clip-on earrings for my daughter, and she's obsessed with them. So we'll see where that goes. I'm very intrigued. As far as shirts, back to the same thing, you know, someone says that would look cool on a shirt, so I come home and I make a mock-up on the Cricut Design Space and go from there, and if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it's a mock-up. I didn't waste any product. That's a win, in my opinion. So, big topic, crafting on a budget, because yes, it can get very expensive, as I learned very early on, and you can't buy everything that you want to buy because it does add up very quickly. Those little strands of beads, you know, the little findings that you have to use to make the earrings or the necklace, to clasp it together however you want to, you know, put it together, it does add up if you don't do it right. So my advice for you on that subject is find the sale. I am an avid sale shopper. That's really all I do. I won't ever buy anything full priced, and that's why I kind of try to price my products cheaper than most small businesses, not to compete, but that's just who I am. That's my nature. Walk into a store and I go right back to the clearance section. You're always going to find something really awesome there, and even though it might be last year's style or whatever you want to call it, I honestly don't care. If it's comfortable and I like the way that it looks on me, I'm going to buy it. So same thing with crafting. I immediately go to where there's clearance. If I can find something on clearance, Michael's always has beads on a little section in the corner. You just have to look a little harder. And if you're not into digging, then crafting probably not your best thing, your best hobby, because you do have to dig for the stuff. And there's no real craft store out there that has everything like laid out specifically for what you're looking for. There's always some sort of digging. If you're doing just t-shirts, you always got to dig and find the best priced t-shirts, because those add up as well. Anyways, back to finding the sales. So Michael's, Joann's I don't really go to for Cricut or beads, jewelry stuff. That's a lot of fabric. Well, they are a fabric store, so I guess that makes sense. And they are a bit higher priced than, say, Michael's and Pat Catan's, which I'm really sad they closed, but I was really excited at the same time because I went a little crazy and I raided their store. I mean, who can go wrong with the sales they had? But if you find the sales, that's a plus. And then finding coupons, that is a big thing, because a lot of stores, especially Michael's, and they probably don't want me to tell you this, so don't tell them, but you can stack their coupons. It can be dollar off, it can be percentages off. They don't care. So if you just go onto their website and you type in your zip code and you log in, logging in is very important to their website. You put in your zip code and you log in, you'll see all of their coupons that are available right now. Whatever's in your cart, just ask them to scan all of the coupons, because typically they will all work. For example, I had 50% off of one regular priced item, 40% off of one regular priced item, and 20% off my entire purchase. They scanned all three and all three went through. They just have to scan the highest value first, which is that 50, 40, 20 format. If you do it right, you'll save a ton of money and you'll be a happy crafter, which is the point, right? So the other thing that is a big topic, I mean, it can be very overwhelming, especially during the holidays when people want personalized, like I made some Santa cams last year. Those were huge. It's really fun. It's just like a little ornament with a tea light in it, and you tell your kids, you know, hey, Santa's watching through this camera, so he really sees you all the time. He's got some little elves watching the video feed, or however you want to explain it. But it worked really well. I gave one to my sitter because my daughter goes there every day, and, well, not every day, 3 days a week, and she was in like this weird I don't want to behave at daycare phase, so I gave her one of those, and it kind of helped quite a bit. You're welcome. And if you want one of those, let me know. I'll make you one. Send it your way. It works very well. But with holidays, you know, you got the ornaments, the family photos that people want like fun shirts for, or matching pajamas, and you know, I can do shirts that have some funny sayings on them. They want presents and jewelry and this and that, and you know, it's, for me, it was mostly friends and family that I was producing stuff for up until now, hopefully. And it gets more overwhelming because it's friends and family, so they expect a lot from you, and it's also not as bad because they know how busy you are. They can see it every day, so they don't expect it like yesterday. They know that it's going to take a few days for you to get their stuff to them. The other thing that can be overwhelming is to find the products that your customers want, because I am very particular. I want to make sure that if I cannot find the specific item that you want, I'm going to find something very, very similar. So I will dig until I find that, or I run out of time. Most of the time I'm very successful in finding those products for my customers. But sometimes I do not have any luck, or I find an off color. Perfect example, I ordered some lime green vinyl for an order for a friend for her Rugged Maniac race that she ran, and it came in the wrong color. Thankfully, they were very close, but it was one of those orders that she was okay with because it was a headband and a shirt, and all the headbands matched, but the shirts were different. So it kind of went along with the theme of what they were trying to do, so it was a win. Doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you kind of got to nip it in the butt and just say, hey, you know what, I'm going to make you all new ones. Gotta wait a day so I can get the product and go from there. It just depends on what the customer wants and what they're expecting from you. So, again, 4 a.m. pre-workout is necessary. So, finding products that your customer wants can be very, very, very overwhelming, especially if it's a specific thing. Recently, I had a friend want some Ursula earrings, and finding the shells for those is very, very, very difficult. So I'm actually going to make it out of some fabric. Kind of excited, kind of overwhelmed and nervous that they're not going to turn out the way that she wants, but hopefully they do. So fingers crossed for me, guys. So that kind of covers what I wanted to talk about, you know, where I started, why I started crafting, and how it became an obsession. Yes, it is a problem. It is an addiction. I do think about it pretty much 99% of the day. And I do have a 9-to-5 job, 9 to 5:30. So that makes it very difficult to do my work because I want to just come home and make things all day long. But I can't. I do have to have that other job. For my sanity, that is. And how to do it on a budget. I mean, that kind of helps things a lot. And I really hope that you enjoyed this. Remember to, upcoming stuff. Next week, I will go into making the fun little jewelry. I'll do a video on making some candy corn with wire wrapping earring set, which I already made one pair of, but I'll make another pair so that you guys can watch what I do and kind of recap back on my first video of why shop small and why things are a little bit more pricey than you would buy at a major consumer shop. So look for that next week. Remember to hit the subscribe link and the little bell so you know what's coming up and when I post new stuff. Alrighty, have a wonderful Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. Being off Monday threw me off this week big time. So have a wonderful week.